This way to the music room. Mind your ads going in. Wait. No. We're gonna stay outside. Mind the heat. It is Wednesday, August 29th, 2026. It is 90 degrees outside in the Florida heat dome. Before us is an image. An image of the first face of Leo. In the first face of Leo ascends a man dressed in dirty clothes. With him ascends the figure of a master of the horse looking northward. His figure is that of a bear and of a dog. This is the face of strength, largesse, and victory. This is its form. Leo, Decan 1, 5 of Wands. Regal, regal Leo. Why are you dressed in rags, Leo? Man with dog, bear with cub, man on a white horse facing north toward the sun. Contained in a 5-sided shape. Held in a 5-sided shape. The sun with the head of a lion and the body of a snake is enmeshed in a net. Around the head shines the solar crown. Behind the sun is a volcano. Strife. Leo. Saturn. Why is that man in tattered, dirty clothes? Why is Leo under such pressure? Well, what are these wands? Well, they are representative of fire. We've seen this fire before in our Decan walk. This is the same fire that we met when we began in Aries. Fire of a spark. But this fire has been through something. It is older now. We return 5, the number 5. Geburah. The number 5 in the tree of life is of the nature of Mars. Eris. This is not the Mars that sparks, that initiates. This is the Blacksmith Mars. The Mars that forges his iron in the fire and pulls it out and sharpens it with the iron of another. The Blacksmith Mars. These clothes are dirty. These clothes are working under immense pressure. The iron bears the heat of the fire and takes to the shape that Mars gives it. The blacksmith makes for it. Saturn, Chaldean ruler of this Decan. That is Saturn. So 5 in the tree of life, Mars. Chaldean order for the Decan 1, Saturn. Leo, always and forever associated with the sun. What is our sun but the source of all life as far as we know? All life that we have ever observed. Life may have come from other suns, but all the life that we measure has come from our sun. Each photon hitting my skin, hitting this lens, hitting your skin, has taken a journey of thousands, if not millions of years to get from the compressed center of our sun to the surface of the sun in order to reach escape velocity to radiate outward. The photon touching my skin right now is older than all of human civilization, almost certainly. Struggling through immense pressure, through strife to get to the surface and break through to radiate, to nourish me. What is the sun if not the singular source of all life? What is the sun if not one among countless other suns? A vast Indra's net of stars of all types, with all different types of lifespans, all different types of compositions, and yet light birthing light from compression and release. An Indra's net of countless stars, our sun being our singular source of all life, and yet also one of many singular sources of all life. This is Leo and Aquarius in the heavens, the highest heavens. Aquarius, the light grid of all the stars in the night sky. And our sun, our singular sun. Rider Waite, sun. You see how sunflowers follow the sun throughout the day. Rider Waite, strength. This is Leo. The Lemniscate infinity sign above her head, tracing the sun's path throughout a year. Strife, 5 of Wands. Strife. This is one of the sillier Pamela Coleman Smith images, in my personal opinion. I will say no more. I find this significantly richer to contemplate. But that's just me. Leo, Aquarius, our sun, countless suns. The pressure, the bearing of the weight of gravity. Our sun and each star. The entire lifespan is a constant negotiation with gravity. Immense pressure, immense energy. Fusion generates every element that we can find, up to a certain density. Fusion in stars creates every element that is lighter than iron. Once iron is being produced, fusion has reached a saturation point, if you will, of the pressure and the weight of gravity. It can no longer give. The arrival of iron in the fusion process of a star is the signal of the imminent collapse. And out of the building pressure of the increasing gravity comes an explosion that releases every other element heavier than iron into the environment and creates all the other building blocks of life and of matter. Iron. When the generosity of the fusion process can give no more, under the weight, the pressure that it bears from gravity. Now suppose you do go inside, cool off from the summer heat, from the brilliant radiance of the sun. And at a certain point, the sun sets below the horizon, and Set silently goes to his work, protecting the Solar Barque through the underworld against Ophiuchus, the equilibrium monster. Set silently doing his work in the underworld, you cooling off inside the musy room. And say, around now, today, perhaps, tonight, you step back outside around midnight, and you look up into the night sky, almost directly up. You might see another fire burning. A red, flickering fire that stands out amongst all the others. Specifically in this night sky around midnight. I liken him to the Cowboy in Mulholland Drive. You approach this fire, and you see, standing across, illuminated by the flickering flames, a face of calm, of simplicity, of compression. And that figure has a mission for you. You must go back out. You must complete these tasks in the day, in the days that are to come. And as a parting message, the Cowboy, as you turn around to walk back inside and to try to fall back asleep before you begin your next day, the Cowboy says one more thing to you. He looks you right in the eye and says, "You'll see me one more time if you do good. You'll see me two more times if you do bad." The Cowboy is Antares, the red supergiant that is culminating in the night sky during midnight hour, around midnight hour, during Leo Decan 1. Antares is the spark again, but the spark from a much different place. Spark of fire. Eris, Antares. Eris, Mars. Aries, the beginning, the spark. Antares, a massive supergiant, millions of years old, making it far, far, far younger than our sun. It will die much sooner than our sun, and it is burning and massive, a massive star. This is a lifespan that is hardly comprehensible to us. What does the Cowboy have to teach us about the fire? Antares, as we've discussed in a different Decan, is one of the 4 royal stars of Persia. It is the heart of the Scorpion. And in this night sky that we currently have, is another prominent figure. That is Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is another negotiation to bear the poison of the serpent or the scorpion. Not to eliminate it, but to bear it and to continue life. To bear the poison. Current events time. Today, on the 29th of July, we are an ant underneath a magnifying glass walking across the pavement. That's right, in Leo, Jupiter is conjunct the Sun. The Sun, which rules Leo, is moving between, well, technically we're between the magnifying glass and the Sun. And, in case you can't tell, it's a little hot. Under this dome. Heat dome. Today, Jupiter conjunct the Sun. Another long-form process has just begun. That we will be with for another Decan, or another year-long Decan walk to come. The nodes of the moon have entered Leo and Aquarius. Now the nodes of the moon go retrograde, so they have entered, and they're today sitting at 29 degrees of Leo, the south node, and Aquarius, the north node. Now throughout the course of Leo, we're going to see something spectacular this very stretch of time. These 30 days are going to bring our first of many experiences over 18 months regarding the nodes of the moon, the being of the moon, the being of our sun and our earth. Observing it all, experiencing it all, participating with it all. Every morning, right before the dawn, there's a feeling. Everyone's experienced it. It is a build. A building, and a building, and a building. The birds begin to chatter. Animals begin to energize. Is it baboons? I can't remember which monkey have a ritual where the entire pod or tribe, I don't remember what they're called, the group, all fight to hit to the top of the highest point that they can find in their environment so that they can be the first person to see the sun peak above the horizon each dawn. What is this pressure that builds underneath right before that dawn moment? The Golden Dawn, also named 0 degrees of Leo, this first decan, as the first decan of the entire zodiac wheel. They were a Leonine group. They were a solar bunch. Still are. the dawn, where the sun is the only one. Our sun, the sun, that lucky old sun, rules the day, and then sets and becomes invisible, and we're met with the other fire. The light grid of all the stars. We meet that neighbor burning across the way, that red supergiant, Antares. Every star bears the weight of gravity. Every body bears the weight of years. Aleister Crowley said, every man and every woman is a star. Every star is a negotiation. Every star is a negotiated peace. A negotiated peace. A temporary negotiated peace. The time scale might not seem temporary, but it always is temporary. We'll see you next time for Leo Decan 2.